Hello, hello. Anyone want to crow this morning? No one? I'll crow. I just think last night from the global call last night, I am just so proud of the three who joined me on the global call. Maria, Janelle, and Donna. It was Donna's first time. Maria, I know, has been on before, and Janelle, but I'm just so blessed to always have amazing people around me. And I just want to thank them for being so amazing last night on the global call. Oh, I see a hand. Is that Janet? Oh, okay.
No,
Okay. And
I wanted to say you were amazing. You all did a great job. I was so proud of all of you. And I know I said that a few minutes ago, but for the other people on the team, that's one of the things you want to learn to elevate your people, train them, and push them out. It's like an eagle pushing the little eagles out of the nest. Have you ever seen an eagle on top of a mountain, way up in the rocks? And the mother eagle has been protecting, bringing food to the little baby. Um, uh, I'm still eagles. Thank you. And then suddenly one day the mother eagle pushes them gently to the edge of the nest and she pushes them off. I mean, really scary. If you've ever seen movies of this, they just like woo, and then they push him out, and then they go woo 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 woo, and then they learn to fly on their own. And that's basically what good leadership is all about. Is that a good mother eagle is to push the little ones out. And I was so proud of Antoniette to do the presentation, and our other three ladies, Maria and Donna and Janelle, who were the babies but had a lot of experience from previous platforms, but they were ready and they were very good. So I am very proud. And that's what you want, again, you want to do with all your people. Raise them up, but remember this, an acorn cannot grow under an oak tree. Remember that. You don't want to be the one totally in charge. Never. You don't ever want to be, I'm the most important, everybody works for me. Never. You want to push them out and let them soar. This is how people grow. And so I'm just real proud of all of my little eagles. So, all right, go on with your amazing training.
okay, well, I want to get started because I have so much to share with you guys. And it was funny. Before yesterday, I was scared that I was going to scare some of you. But after seeing the video, I'm not scared anymore. Because I just want to tell you guys this training is for those of you that want to move forward. This is for those of you that this is not a hobby, that you want to build a business. But everyone can be where they want to be. That I think that's perfectly fine. But Christine has always taught us to try and find 10 board members, find 10 go-getters, find 10 great people. And I really had this training written up before I watched the video. But it's amazing how it all ties in because honestly, I want to be honest with you guys. I thought only Mary Kay Ash knew all this. And I thought only Christine Peterson taught this. So I was like, wow, there's other people. This is amazing. But I want you guys to write this down. Please, it's so important to understand. It's not magical. It's mathematical. I want you to write it really big on your mirror. It's not that you have a certain personality. It's not that you came from corporate. It's not that you're healthy, like a health and wellness nut. It is none of that. It's just that you understand the numbers. You just have to understand the numbers. I truly believe that every single person can get to the level that they want to get to. Remember, they want to get to, it's here, if they are willing to do the work. So I always tell people this because they say to me, "You've been in networking. Aren't you scared about your paycheck? Aren't you scared that you have to pay bills?" And I always say to them, "Aren't you scared that you're going to get laid off? Aren't you scared that someone else controls your life? Aren't you scared that you can do nothing wrong and someone can say to you, 'We're closing our company'?" You see, I only had to depend on me to do the work. And so I tell people that how you work is how you make your paycheck predictable in an unpredictable business. But if you're predictable, we just talked about this. Donna, my friend, I knew she was going to be afraid, but I knew that she's a woman of her word. So it's making an unpredictable situation predictable. And so I want you to kind of think about that when I talk about it. I want you guys to write this down also. I got this off of a TV show. Design your rich life. Each and every one of you can design your rich life. Now, when I say rich, I don't mean money. I don't mean money. I mean, I love money. I need money. I want money. But what happened to me 22 years ago was Christine Peterson helped me design my rich life. My rich life was freedom. So everyone has different things. But what I wanted, because I did make very good money at a very young age. I worked really hard for it, but I did. But I did not have freedom. My husband raised my kids. I was sick of being at an important meeting across the world, and my daughter made a score in soccer. But Christine said to me, which she taught my bestie, which hopefully you guys get to meet, that you get to design how you live your life. And I said to her, which I sold myself short, but I said, if I could just make $100,000 a year, I could leave corporate. Now I laugh about that now because your video, he's talking about 100,000 a month. And I was satisfied with 100,000 a year. Now, this was 22 years ago. But what I want you guys to understand before you get scared is what happened to me was I was shopping. I always shop. And someone that was super duper scared, shaking, came up to me in a store. And she said to me, "Would you please come to my meeting?" And I looked at her like she was crazy because it was the pink company and I didn't wear makeup. Like, y'all, I didn't wear makeup. And so she says, "Can you just come to my meeting?" And I said, "Well, okay." And she said, "I admire you all the time at J.C. Penney's." So she figured out the DISC thing and she got me to a meeting. When I got to the meeting, she did not bring me to a regular meeting. She brought me to Christine. That's important. I'm going to explain all
Do
this.
you
That
need
was
me here?
important. So she brought me to Christine. At that time, Christine was only making 60,000 a month. Only. But what I want you guys to understand, Christine was making 60,000 a month. There were amazing women like, let's say, a Kimberly Starr in the room. Super sharp, super smart, engineer. There were all these people in the room. But what I identified with was the stay-at-home mom. She said to me, "I pick up my kids every day at 3 o'clock. and I literally could have stabbed her. I wanted to kill her, but I did have to see everyone. I had to see the money. I had to see sharp Kimberly Starr. Think about it that way. So I want you guys to understand she warm chattered me. She talked to me in a store. She was scared to talk to me because she thought I had it all. I had a great job. I have a great husband. I had great kids. But she had to hit a number and she had the courage to talk to me. Also, I want you guys to understand Mary Kay Corporate is 2 miles from JC Penney's. No one ever talked to me. Never. In 14 years, I must not have been cute enough. So for some of you, you're thinking the opposite way that I want you to think about. So now she brings me to a group of people. I say yes. Christine says to my mentor, you can do it. You can make $100,000 in a year. I'm thinking, maybe. They're probably lying. I'm going to sue them. But what if they're not lying? Right? So then I decided that I would take 10 hours, think about this, 10 hours a week and give it a try. Well, I didn't know anybody because all I did was work. I really only worked. I only had my JCPenney friends. But Christine taught our group to duplicate ourselves. She taught our group that if you don't have friends and family, how to grow our business. Now, this is pre-social media, pre-social media. So I want you guys to understand this. When you meet someone, I don't care if it's social media, however you're meeting them. I got this from a TV show also. For what reason are our paths crossing? Write that down. For what reason are our paths crossing? I thought my path crossing with Mary Kay was for me to be a stay-at-home mom. But instead, it was that in 2014, my son would collapse. In 2014, I had to build a business that can work on its own so that I could take 5 years to take care of my son. I want you guys to understand this because for some of you, you don't understand how important it is for you to get out there and meet people. You don't understand that it may not change their life today, but it'll change their life later. Why are your paths crossing? Why are you talking to this person? It's not about you. Yes, you reap the benefits. I reap the benefits of 22 years of freedom and good money. I didn't know about you guys. I didn't know about a company like this. So here we are. Christine taught us, and I'm going to talk to you guys about this, which is so funny. But she said, meet 10 people a day, 5 days a week. 10 people a day, 5 days a week, and I can change your life. Now, she didn't say to me, you have to meet him a certain place. She didn't say a certain way. She didn't say I had to dress. I mean, back then you had to be dressed because it's a different world. Today we're casual. What I'm saying to you is she said to me, meet 10 people a day. So what I love so much about the video that I watched last night that all of you have to watch is that I was like, wait, 10 people a day, I'm going to scare them. But Mark says 30 people a day. Oh my gosh. We used to think we were saying a lot. But if you watch that video, he was talking about it. Now, I want you guys to understand, I did not make $20 million like Christine Peterson, but I made over a million or something like that. I don't know my number, right? But for most of us on this call, I want you to understand, if you could make $100,000 for 10 years, would your life be better and have freedom and flexibility? Some of you think $1 million. I want to be honest with you. I didn't do it every year. Of course, I took some years off. But if you made $50,000 for 20 years, for some of you, that's a big deal. So for some of you, you're like, oh, I could never get there. But I want you to think about how many people would take $500 extra a month to pay their electric bill, to pay their gas bill. So I'm sorry to say this, but you got to get out there. You got to help these people. And then on top of this, I'm like Christine. I've only been in J.C. Penney's, Mary Kay, Noun 3. I've done other things. Christine's keeping me focused. I've done other things for fun, but that I make money. But I used to say, I'm going to help women make a little bit of extra money or a lot of extra money or get a career. Now I get to say, I'm going to make people healthy. Oh my gosh. Like, do you want to know why I have grit? Because I have such the most amazing gift that God has given me at the end of my, I'm old, y'all, about to be 60. I'm like, what a gift I have. So I had to say this to you to say, when you're afraid to talk to people, to call people, to do things, I want you to start thinking about, what if I could meet an Antoniette who 10 years later is going to need this business. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, it doesn't matter if it's social media, warm chatter, on the phone. You got to figure out what works for you. You got to figure it out. We're all different. We all tick differently. Thank God we're all not like me, because I scare people. You have to be yourself. But what you have to do is work. You have to work. And so I want to share with you guys, when Christine introduced this business to me, you guys know the story of my son. I said, I'll start this 3 thing, but I'm going to do like a sabbatical, which is funny because only PhD people do that. But I'm like, I got a PhD in networking. So I decided I would take a year and I would just learn from all of you. And I would just kind of work. But because I fell in love with the business and I did kind of work, whenever I wanted to win something, and Christine knows this because she gives me the look, I'm like, ooh, I want to be a 3-star. So then I would do my 10 leads a day. I'd get people on, bam, 20 days. Yeah, it wasn't that I was great. I just worked. Then I wanted to, when we went to the leadership thing, they were like 3-star pro. I'm like, 3-star pro? Ooh, I'm going to do that. So then I did a little bit more work. And then bam, 3-star pro. Ooh, win a trip. But I want to tell you, now I want to make that 100,000 a month. That is like the coolest thing to think of. But if I don't, so what? I made what? 20,000 a month? So for those of you who haven't watched the video, what Mark says is, we do 2 things, guys. We recruit and we retail. That's it. Recruit, retail. What I love is I like to recruit, and those that don't want to join my business, they turn into customers. I used to laugh because people would say, Antoinette, you never retail things. I'm like, I have more customers than you have. You want to know why? I wish every person that I talk to wanted to join the business, but they don't. They become customers. But I'm looking for my 10 board members. And however it works for you, if you want to move forward in this business, that's what you're going to do. So I'm going to tell you how to move this from a hobby to a business. You get to do it. I just confessed that sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But what I can tell you for sure is 22 years ago, Christine gave me the formula, and the formula works. You just have to figure out how to make it work for you, how to follow up. And I love this group. They're going to show you that. So, how do you get 100 names this week? And my record is 163. I've done 163 new names. Now, if you're brand new, don't freak out. You have 100 names. You have your 100, Project 100. You have those names already. So you can work your original list. But for most of us on this call, we're just going through that same list over and over and over and over. And then some of us are crying because we're not Diana and we can't do social media. I mean, we can. We're going to get that training. But social media takes time. And it takes, I love Diana every morning. She reminds me that she worked on TikTok. She worked on it and she just went viral. And I'm like, I want to go viral, but it takes time to do that. If you want to move fast, you just got to meet 10 people a day, 5 days a week. That's how it works. Listen to me, 10 new people, not your old list. Because what happens is when you get 10 new people, and if you listen to Mark's video, most of them are going to say no. They're not going to do something. So understand that no's are normal. You're going to get no's. But here's how it works. Yes, consistency, consistency. So I'm going to tell you what I do this week when I'm working. And I know that you guys can do it. So I start on Wednesday. Wednesday, everybody's out and about. You could be the shyest person in the world, but I want you to figure out what you love to do. If you love to cook, I want you to go to a grocery store. I will strangle people at the grocery store on Wednesday because I don't like to cook. But if you like to cook, you're going to go to the grocery store. You're going to go, you guys go to the vegetables. You like vegetables. And you're going to say, oh, this broccoli is so great. And they're going to like, yeah, it is. And you're like, oh, like, what do you do with your broccoli? Oh, okay. Oh, you are so sweet. I would love to share a project on health and wellness. Can I get your name and number? That's it. You're not going to go into all the business, everything. Or you're going to say, it was so great chatting with you. I'd love to connect later. But you have to go somewhere that you love. I will be at the mall because I love to shop. So I will be at a mall somewhere. But if you don't like malls, don't go there. I love what George said. If you love to read, I had someone that I was helping, warm chatter. She was so shy. If I said boo, she would cry. So I'm like, what do you like to do? She said, read. We went to Barnes and Noble. Oh my gosh. She talked to everybody. Oh, do you like that book? I like that book. And she was really quiet. Oh, what books do you read? Let's get together. Let's talk about books. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. But what I want you to do, if you love social media, then I want you to stay home and do social media. But Wednesday, people are off of work, they're out and about, they're doing something. You can go to a tree lighting party and meet 20 people on Wednesday because there's so many people out and about. So that's my Wednesday. I do take Thanksgiving off. For some of you, I want you to know if you work a job, then you get one day off if you want to build a business. If you don't have to. Friday, it's on. Friday, it is on. I'm telling you guys, wake up in the morning, go somewhere early, like 8 or 9. Think of it like work. You would get up for your boss and go to work, but you won't get up for yourself. Get up, go somewhere. I am telling you from 9 to 12, you will meet 20 people. You're going to meet 20 people. There's so many people out. And I want you guys to know that everybody's happy. They're happy. They're talking, they're doing stuff. You just meet 20 people. Just be intentional to meet them. Then this is my tradition. I come home. Yes, my husband of 43 years has my plate ready for me. It's the leftovers. And I'm so happy. And I eat my leftovers. And I spend some time and they're watching football. And then I'm by like 2 or 3 o'clock. See ya. I'm out the door again. So I'm out the door again on Black Friday because everyone's out the door. Or if you're social media, you're back on social media with the game, whatever you guys do, whatever makes you happy. I tell people visit 10 coffee shops on Black Friday. Meet one person at each coffee shop. The coffee shops are packed. Everything's packed. Everyone's packed. So now that's 40 people on Black Friday. I repeat it on Saturday. Yeah, I could stay home, snuggle, but I get up and I meet 20 people in the morning and I meet 20 people in the afternoon. Now, if I hit my number, I get Sunday off. I play a game with myself. I get Sunday off. If I don't, then I go back out on Sunday, whatever my number is. For some of you, your number could just be 10, 20. But I know that these numbers work. So when you do this, any way that makes you happy, but you are going to be so happy when you have 100 new people that you are going to work with. Now I want to blow your mind. I want to tell you what Christine taught us. What if 10 people on your tree did the same thing? Oh my gosh. Why did Christine make the money she made? And I'm only talking about Christine because I know she taught all of us to do it. It was so crystal clear what we needed to do. Some did it, some did not. Kimberly did it. Janelle did it. I know Sherry did it. We all did it. Christine had so many of us out doing this that this is where the magic begins. So what I'm saying to you is if you're shy, you're going to meet somebody shy and your team's going to be shy and you're going to figure out how to do it with shy people. But the thing is to duplicate yourself. And I'm going to close with this. When Christine showed me the comp plan, I said to her, you gotta be kidding me. Is this real? Do we really make 30% on our L1s? Like Christine, this is like magical. I want you guys to think about if you just had 5 people that went out and grew their business. So I just want you to know we all started with our 100, Project 100, but it's going to run out. It's going to run out. Now, can you make good money in this company with your original? Can you make good money by just having one on your right, one on your left? Then they get one on their right, one on their left. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I promise you, George, I was going to do this training before I saw the video. But yes, you can do very well. But what if you had 5 of you doing the same thing? What if all 5 of you are doing the same thing? So there's nothing magical about me. Actually, Christine keeps me in check because I'm very good at doing things, then flying to another country and doing something else. But I'm staying focused. But the truth is, all you got to do is be consistent, do whatever makes you happy consistently, and then teach someone else to do it. And then teach someone else to do it. But in this company, you have other people doing it with you. So Christine goes and puts Irene under me. Oh my gosh. And Janelle under me. Guys, this didn't happen in our other company. So now I got Janelle and Sherry and Irene and we're all working together for this movement. So it's not just me by myself. It's all of us building this tree together. Some will, some won't. Who cares? Find your 10. And this is the week that more people are out and about or around you than any other week. You get to decide, as Mark said, I almost died. He said, what the video said, if you want to make $100,000 in a month, then you meet 30 people a day, 5 days a week. In 1 year, you'll do this. In 2 years, if you do 20 people a day. In 3 years, if you meet 10 people a day, 5 days a week. Then he says you'll meet 600 people a month. 95% will do nothing. 570 will do nothing. That's a lot of no's. 30 will join your team. 29 will eventually quit. So those of us that have been in for a year, no crying that our original 10 aren't there anymore. 12, you'll probably have one person a month that'll stick with you. He said, if you have 12 winners, even if 6 of them stick with you, you'll make $100,000 in a month. What if you only made 20,000 for some of you? I'm just going to end with that. Have an awesome Thanksgiving. I did not want to scare you guys, but I want to push you, like Christine said, to just be the best you that you can be and to know that there's not one person that cannot be successful in this business. And that's why I love networking. I was going to try to have question and answers. I don't know if I'm allowed to stay on.
Yes, you can.
So does anyone have any questions? And I know it's scary, but you can ask me anything. No?
Where is Mark's video?
It was awesome. You did an excellent job. Excellent. The best training I've ever seen you do. Perfect. Perfect.
This is my passion.
Yeah.
You were great.
Yes. And I want to say something else what I used to do with the people. About this time of year, I would have a retreat or an event, and I would always bring in beans. And I said we'd bless them. And I would give everyone 10 magic beans. And then I would say, everyone take those magic beans, and every day you go out and maybe you put them in one side of your pocket. And every time you meet a new person and get their name, then put the bean over on the next pocket. And then you never go home without getting those 10 magic beans sorted over, because they're magical and they'll make you a lot of money. It's just exactly what Antoinette said. It's not magic, it's mathematics. And that's why you're frustrated, is you only talk to one or two a week. And you wonder why you can't make the money. But Antoinette said it perfectly. So how bad do you really want it? I mean, that it's so everyone can do this. It doesn't matter your age, who you are, whatever. It's how bad do you want to change your life? And it's not forever. It's you have to do it now, but later you don't have to work as hard because you have a huge organization that is duplicating itself, the power of two, and you've got the 10 major workers that are go-getters that are bringing in thousands of people. That's how you do it. But it just starts with you. One here, one there, another one. So get 10 magic beans and have fun and put it in your pocket. And every day you go out, you go to the gas station, you meet somebody, and you go to the coffee shop. Antoinette says, perfect training. Go to every coffee shop, get a little half a cup of coffee or whatever, and meet somebody there, and then just wherever you go, you meet people, and then you call them back, and then you get them on the Zooms. It's a really easy system, but most people are afraid to talk to people because, oh, what if they say no? You've been taught to say, don't talk to strangers. But I find this the most fun. And I think how many lives that we've all changed in the industry because we were not afraid to talk. I never worry, and Antoinette doesn't. You can see it clearly. I never worry about who says no, but I worry about who I miss. And that's who I'm looking for. I'm a big game hunter. And I want you to think of that too, just like Antoinette is a big game hunter. And if you're out there hunting and that dog doesn't hunt, well, then forget that. But you're going to be the big game hunter and find those people that are looking for you and the opportunity.
You got to have the eye of the tiger.
Yes, 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 yeah.
Yes.
And that's why people become successful. I said this yesterday. This is not to be political at all, because I don't ever want to intervene politics with our business. That's always a suicide mission, by doing your personal politics. But I would just say, if you take a look, listen to this carefully. If you take a look at what our new president is doing in developing his cabinet, he is not like the traditional people going and just, well, I'm going to put you on my cabinet because you donated money to my cause and my thing. He's looking for the best people that will think out of the box, that are fearless, and to get the job done. And that's basically what people do in big corporations also. They get a board of directors. They don't have people on their board of directors just that have no dreams, no aspirations. They just sit there collecting a check. They're looking for board of directors that have influence with other people and have ideas, and they can think out of the box. And that's